I said.
Canon now. You're lucky because if you don't say anything else, the people on the VOD will never know what we just talked about. So if you just don't mention it again and don't claim it in a defensive stance, no one will ever know.
You're
Nobody needs.
an insidious bastard.
I know.
Yeah.
So good at this. Speaking of insidious bastards, as the arrow is loose in its flight, we get to see it, the shaft like bending and twirling in Daisy's like slow motion first person point of view. And as it's going very precisely to the back of ADM Annie's head, you hear a voice in your head of your father who's like, Daisy, why are you doing this?
I need to do it.
This girl is just like you. She stamps her foot like you. She's just trying to survive in this world. She's trying to eliminate the only person that you know that is at their heart a corrupt, rotten bastard. Your brother Dixon.
Thanks, Dad. I learned it from
He's a
you.
nobleborn that abuses his metal's power to lord himself over the common people like yourself. Someone has to put an end to this, Daisy. Someone has to keep your brother under
She's
control.
my sister.
You're
she has the same title.
You've left him completely unchecked.
She's here to kill him, and I can't let her do that.
That's why I want you to do it. We should keep it in the family. And that's when time snaps forward. And we roll 8 dice and see if we can not suck. Ducks.
If I say Lucomancer, it works
With
against
lancers.
you, right?
Did you say Tuxomancers? It reduces that to a pair of 4s, though.
But she's got 2 nudges.
Yeah. It's a 2
So at the last second, there's probably like some very operatic music playing, like da 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 da. ADM Annie pushes off of Billy's guns. And so Billy is like jerked backwards, and at the same time, ADM Annie is jerked in the other direction. And the arrow slides right in front of her face and cuts one of her strands of hair off that they literally like all split apart and bluff into the wind like bloop. And she goes for her guns. What are you doing during this, Billy? You just saw this insidious backdoor snake gambit first strike blow from a Beaumont on an unsuspecting target from behind.
That's true. It seems like everything she's saying is making sense.
She's literally here to kill me. She destroyed my entire house, and you think it's bad that my sister attempted self-defense.
I mean, are we still in Florida? I don't understand.
Yes, literally,
Florida
castle
man, once
doctrine.
again.
If someone enters your home uninvited, brandishing weapons, you are allowed to attack them in self-defense.
Stand your ground, right?
No, castle doctrine. This is literally the house, the home, and self-defense. This is literally self-defense.
All right.
I know we were saying self-defense at other times when it was comical, but this is self-defense.
Oh boy, we got Aracide to work. I know he's been working on something special. Oh boy. Wow, he literally looks like he walked out of a Western. It's so black and white. I love the shading in the background.
Oh, yes. The shading is so good.
Oh my gosh.
Dank
That's
AF.
perfect.
Wow.
You know what that shading is? That shading means it's high noon.
I mean, it's always high noon somewhere.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Perfect.
Thank you so much once again, Aracito.
Yep.
Mhm.
That Billy
Perfect.
Chapel fan iron.
Rosado is the best.
He is.
The best.
Yeah, that's amazing. I can't even draw very good stickmen.
I have that same problem. I too am plagued by an inability to be good at anything, especially stickman art.
This is your art. No?
I mean, yes, my art is slowly destroying people's lives by canceling
over
their
again.
favorite show. Perfect. Let's
Well,
talk
the
about.
trick is every show is somebody's favorite show, and eventually they all end.
I mean, except for Saga of the Iceland. Let's talk about what you're gonna do here, Billy Chapel. It's
Yeah,
clear
so-
that Daisy and AD Manny are about to throw down. Do you intend to get involved in this conflict on either side?
And I would like to note that I am not wearing my guns, by the way.
Wow, super. Oh, so you don't have heavy metal on you. I was gonna say super bad move, but then I realized it's actually a brilliant move. Well played.
All right.
So as far as I know, like I thought that she was coming up here murdering people, but then it's revealed that she's not murdering people. She's just dueling them. And now I'm kind of hired to kill my own stepdaughter kind of thing.
She has been killing people in those duels.
But it turns out she was actually your daughter all along.
Flashback.
God, I feel like I should do a flashback where that's revealed. In fact, that's going to happen right now. So we flash back to Forfeit, right? It's like the Forfeit residence where your brother's just like, you're a loose cannon, Chapel. I don't know why you wouldn't take Dad's name just because you want to side with Mom. But you're an irresponsible drunkard going around shooting people in the head. I'm a lawman. I bring justice to this land. The little girl comes with me. I'm going to raise her right to believe in ideals. And he, like, throws a bottle at Chapel. Why don't you go hide out in a cave somewhere and maybe rob some bandits? I'll be back for you real soon, Billy.
Flashback to the cave with the bandits.
You're an ex-law man.
Yeah, I'm an ex-law man. That's true. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, do I know what she would want? Like, does she want to face one-on-one kind of thing? Is that like the done thing?
I
in this
mean,
universe?
yes, her entire life has been built around dueling.
One-on-one duels.
She happens to
Okay.
be one of the most uniquely well-suited people for one-on-one dueling.
So maybe I like shed a single tear and it goes down, and then I just disappear because I run really fast.
Oh
away.
God, where are you running to?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm like, where would I run to?
God, the whole scene is in slow motion, and you're moving at still faster than normal. So, like,
yeah,
your
so we gotta
tear
put the
is going
machine.
down your face in slow motion, right? But you're like the Flash. You're still moving as Daisy's slow motion knocking an obsidian arrow. AD Manny's like, pow, 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 pow.
Maybe I'd go after Dixon because he's like,
Oh, perfect.
The
I
bad
mean,
guy.
you getting stabbed to death by Desh is the thing that's about to happen.
Or
Yeah,
you
that's
could
fine.
run back and save my
Yeah.
sister after I'm like, so you just believed everything she said?
well, we'll have that.
I mean, you're fast enough. If I can survive 2 or 3 shots to the face,
All right.
I mean, maybe.
Before we begin the final duel of Adium Annie versus Daisy Beaumont, Arosato's been working on something special all week. I think he's got it colored now. I just love Odalys in this picture. She looks so frustrated. Oh, God. It's, I'm pretty sure Desha is now Widowmaker.
Oh my God, yes!
Okay.
This is the most amazing.
Wow, that's really
Wow.
Mirage fan art.
Okay.
This
Oh
is
my
the
God.
best thing I've ever seen.
This is amazing. I love every bit of it.
I love Adium Annie in the background shooting at Flint Carson, screaming, "Come back here, you yellow bastard!"
good. Can you introduce each character to me? Since I don't know?
Yeah. Why don't we have the people that play those characters introduce them?
Well, we
Start with SciFri.
So leftmost is Vyse.
yeah. I'm SciFri. I
No.
play Vyse.
Please stop. The leftmost character is Vyse, who began as like this beta male, just followed his sister around everywhere, that rose to power through his excellent use of like money and politics, to be like the least failure-induced character out of all of them, and ended up becoming like the leader of an entire city after he freed their entire race. He also has relationship issues where lots of people want to touch his butt.
And
Okay.
it makes him upset. And
Why don't we talk about Vyse now? Or
Squats.
Valette.
Yep. Sorry. Valette she's Valette's Valette is Vyse's twin sister. The scars are from her tragedy where her mother beat her and like attacked her because she is a rioter and she rioted like a ton of emotions. And she basically kind of became a punk partying like noble that just tried to do whatever she wanted to do and like cause ruckus and get crazy stuff to happen. She ended up realizing that that's not, you know what, maybe being all that stuff isn't that important. What's important is the people that you care about, and that's why she ended up with one of the most powerful people in the world, a Steel Inquisitor named Francine.
I mean, who you had relationships with at the same time she had a relationship with your brother.
Which is true. Yes. We had never established.
Complicated. It's complicated. Who's next on the list there? Someone who might be having a headache?
Oh, I just muted myself and trying to unmute myself. Yeah, that's Odalys, and she is very upset with everything that is going on here. I do not understand what they think they are doing. She is a noblewoman who is actually secretly a full terrace woman, who'd been posing as a noblewoman her entire life, slowly rising her way up the chain of power until she was the leader of a noble house, which she did by murdering her husband and replacing him with a Kandra. And she has to deal with those pesky twins, Vyse and Valette, who just, wow, they cause trouble.
Oh my god, this and one of the biggest moments from Ashfallen was when Odalys and Valette had a really big scene.
You fucking slapped her in the face.
I did. That was my
Slapped her in the
favorite
face because she we had a huge thing about that was revealed to us, and then kind of Valette fought against it, and Odalys put her down.
Yeah, I revealed that that my husband had been a Kandra, and Valette got a little uppity about it, and I slapped her because I'm like, he's been a Kandra longer than you've known him, so just shut it. He is your uncle now.
Look at me.
I really wanted to have, I mean, like, the most optimal piece of artwork would have been cat form Diedrich here.
Yes, it would have been.
Yes, let's talk about Diedrich.
So Diedrich is my character from Ashfallen, who was the good guy in the bad guy group, as opposed to later on when I play the bad guy in the bad guy group. But Diedrich was sort of affable, lazy, aloof, sort of willing to go along with the flow. He hated his family because they were the very stereotypically evil noblemen who castrate terrace people for fun. And he was like, I'm not about that, but also there's no way that that's ever going to change. And then he got married. Literally in the episode, we introduced him marrying him to Valette, to the shock of the fans everywhere. And now that he was married to their house, they were like, oh, we're going to take down your family and also help the Terrace Rebellion. And he was like, cool, I'm down. And the series ended with him really gaining popularity with the Terrace people and sort of trying to defend them as his grandmother rose to power, who was nice to Terrace people. And there was an episode where he stole a mist cloak, and Aracito did the cat fan art.
Yep, cat fan art.
Yep.
So famous. The next person in line is Virgil Levenger's character, Kinsey, who ate the dead body of Odalys' husband and became him for many years until Odalys came to actually love him more than she loved her husband. And he died in an epic falling accident where he fell off a roof and pretend died and slurped away in his blob form, leaving behind his flesh body. Also, Kinsey is all the way on the right, still the same character wearing a different body. And then, of course, the three characters on the right are Dixon, Daisy, and Desha. The Beaumont boys, none of whom are actually boys.
Yep.
Nice.
And
That's
I really do love that. It looks like Valette and Daisy are trying to high five.
I
I love
Across
Oh, they
time and
are!
space, 300 years apart.
Exactly.
All right, it's time, Daisy. Time for you to die. It's just that simple.
Probably. Let's.
The guest that we invited on and told that he just immediately was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, definitely.
Immediately flip. I mean,
You
yeah.
said you built it as she was super evil and needed to be put down. And then,
You thought that in character, and you got flipped. She
It's
is
amazing.
evil.
Roll. There wasn't even a roll. You're just
That's
like,
because the
oh,
truth doesn't need a roll, apparently.
oh.
Well, I did say, do I know this to be true? And AP said, yeah.
I mean, it's not like she went around shooting people in the head. She always is like, duel me right now. Let's do it.
Now, to be fair, she did often twist people's arms metaphorically.
Yes.
And ruin
Into
people if
getting
they didn't
to
say yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's not the same as shooting someone dead in the street for no reason.
It is kind of.
Speaking of being shot dead, let's get back to the combat at hand.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
She has
But-
8 wits dice.
How many
So
rounds does it take someone moving at 150 miles per hour to make it to me? Just out of curiosity.
a dramatically appropriate number.
Gotcha.
It's like the Flash. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving. You're always going to arrive right at the moment when you're needed and not a second before then.
Gotcha.
Yep.
If the countdown timer doesn't hit 3 too soon.
Mm-hmm. Now all I can think of is oh gosh, what's that movie that's the parody of Star Trek where the countdown timer ends at 1? They're like, okay,
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah,
Galaxy
it's cool.
Quest.
everything down, and then finally it's to 1 and it stops, and it's like, oh, it always stopped at 1 in the show.
And it's going to be another TV show. P.S.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
I grab Thor's hammer. What
He's
a
dead.
savings.
I know. So
Oh,
sad.
Alan Rickman.
I mean, they could just get, Sherlock to do it.
No, but still.
Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, I feel like he could do it.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, he could.
All right. You decide your action first.
I'm gonna knock another arrow in Judge Shooter.
All right. She is going to draw both her pistols and shoot you in the face
That's cool.
at close range. Let's see here. He is.
Kelsa, I have a beautiful idea, but I'm not going to share it for what you could do to win here.
Flip a table, Wreckage. Jesus.
Because I wanted to whisper it to you in secret.
5. Okay, so she has 5 steel. And
You know secret ways to whisper things to me.
her action dice are 6. What do you got?
I've got 5 from physique, and I still would like to stubbornly not die, so
Sure.
I would say 6.
All right. Your actions will happen at the same time.
I sent you a message on Discord.
I got it. I totally got it. Yeah, I'm
This
fine with
message
that.
is shoot the guns out of her heads.
Nope.
Yeah, take the bullets out your guns.
Trick shot the arrow. Shoot both of her guns with one arrow that at the end it deflects up and hits her under the chin and kills her instantly.
All right,
Call it the
so
sublimely magnificent daisy shot.
I'm going to shoot her with an arrow, and I'm going to quick aim.
So it turns out that the Beaumonts are ancient descendants of the Shimada clan, and she's going
Ryuga waga teki okurao!
I need to take like 2 steps back, and then yeah.
Literally, instead of a dragon, it's just a mist wraith. Just like a blobby form of like feet and legs and faces. Perfect. Okay, are you committing any dice at all to defense? No. You're both just aiming to shoot. All right, she's gonna commit 3 and 3 with each gun. So
okay.
All either of you need is a 1 to hit.
That's fine. I got this. 66 SD.
Well, she got exactly what she needed.
All right.
Oh,
nudges is nothing.
Oh, nothing there.
I got a pair of 3s.
All right.
And a nudge.
So let's see here. She has increased velocity. So she hits you for 2, 3, 4. You get hit for 4 health damage.
I have more health than I say I do because I forgot to add these numbers together.
Yeah, you have 12.
I increase this, so... Yeah.
Which is a quarter, so you are going to take... Is it a quarter? No. 4 from... That's only a third. Yeah, it's more than a quarter. Yes.
More than a quarter.
I was like, no, it's a third. And then I was like, no, wait, a third is more than a quarter.
A third is what Desha took earlier.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you need. Plus a little bit more to take a hit.
Man, if I had seen that off-air, Saito, I would be bawling like a child.
It's so amazing. I fucking... So amazing.
It had no effect on me. I don't have emotions anymore.
Can confirm Arthur is dead inside.
I mean, listen, dude. I went back and listened to our podcast play of The Stars Without Numbers. Gale 17 is an emotionless asshole. He literally displays no emotion in the first hour. You're just like, well, doctor, let me Spock this for you.
Now, first of all, that's because all of my jokes got cut for time. I actually had a conversation with Arasite. It was like, you cut like this, and this. They were all great. And he was like, yeah, they were great, but I had to have like the advertisement and stuff in the show.
Do you know how much your bow hits for?
What I was trying to look up actually is I realized the problem is that my contacts are not focusing on my screen.
No, it's good. Bow does +2 damage.
Thank you.
You hit for
aha, there it is.
4 if you want to use that nudge for damage.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And that is going to be enough to give her a grave physical burden. So she is going to dislocate your left arm.
Okay.
You get shot in the shoulder, and your bloop pops out. And you're just like,
right,
ah!
I want to burn gold to fix that.
Oh my god. Sure. Yeah. Like... 10 points of gold, and you pop that burden back out.
Yep.
Pop that burden back out.
Yep.
Because it's a shoulder. That's great.
Yep. You hit her for a grave physical burden. It's on page 196 of the original rulebook. So it's things like skull fracture, uncontrollable twitching, temporary blindness.
Ooh, temporary blindness.
That sounds good.
I mean, okay. You're going to give her...
temporary blindness sounds good. Like, it's going to be hard for her to hit me.
Sure. I mean, yes, she acts first in the next round and immediately rises into the air out of the skylight, retreating from this fight.
Can I shoot at her while she does that?
Yes.
Okay.
All her dice are in defense right now.
That's okay.
So we're still rolling 6v6.
All right, and I'm still quick aiming. So whatever she gets, I need less than that.
She gets a pair of 3s.
You need a pair of 2s.
Okay. Let's do this.
What do you say?
I say Locomancer.
Jenga.
There you go. 3s.
All right. She is dead. Tell me how you kill her as she
Damn.
rises to the air on
Oh, man.
streams of steel.
Yeah, like I shoot her once and it like puts blood in her eyes as it like grazes, like forehead wounds bleed ridiculously, right? And then she tries to rise up and like I'm shot in the shoulder and it's dislocated and like there's just like a moment where like just go "Ugh," and just your will,
Terminator.
and then pull the bow back and just like as she's rising up, I take aim and it just the arrow goes like right under her jaw and up and out through the top of her skull.
She's super dead.
All right.
Can you describe how she damages my roof? I need to talk to a repairman.
And she took out the skylight. Wow, apparently we're not the only show having a finale tonight. It's like a night of endings.
Damn.
Dang.
What other show?
Hyper RPG's Death from Above is having all of their cast members fight each other, apparently. As the last episode. We should have done that.
I mean, we still can.
I think our.
I mean, I've been trying to get Daisy to fight Dixon for weeks on end here.
I mean, I might just go
What
and kill him
happened?
anyway.
This is a show of love, and we have ended it with love and care.
Literally just murdered somebody horribly.
I mean, love between us as
you know.
cast members.
Literally just fucking murdered.
Look at the artwork that Aracito did. Isn't it just filled with love?
It's pretty full of love.
Yeah, that's right. The common human did kill the last boss. Speaking of the last boss, Billy
Yes, the
Chapel.
common human who also has gold 6.
Billy Chapel, you
It
arrived
would've been
dramatically
really hard for me to
appropriate
do this
time.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Dixon, Desha, and Friction are all running down the street back toward the mansion.
Really? You think I ran? I'm just running down the street. I didn't wave down at anybody. I didn't.
All right, make a
Attack.
resources roll to see if you can convince a taxi cab to pick you up. By taxi cab, I of course mean a passing horse carriage.
Right.
I'm not even gonna call on traits. This is an insult to my money.
Just rolls 1 all across the board. Nope. Yeah. Fly Cartwright shows up and is just like, Mr. Dixon, I recognize you from your paper. Why don't you just take a ride back in here for free? Seems like a man like you shouldn't be hoofing himself. And my God, is your car on fire?
Yes. I've already spoken with the business establishment. Oh, we got a rope. We still got the rope. We don't need it, but we got the rope because we think we need it. We think we need to go back and rescue.
Sure, I'm not going to make you roll for it now that you don't need it. So you got your enormous ship
Of
rope
course.
just hanging
Of
off.
course,
the
I'm
deck.
standing next to Dixon with an unconscious man on my shoulders.
Are you carrying Ezekiel Rage?
Yeah, he's our prisoner now.
Okay. We'll see how long that works.
No, we have to turn him into the authorities because he did attack us in broad daylight. But there are no authorities. I don't know what to do.
I mean, he was trying to justice you, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, you can't just say, I
Justice.
suspect this person is a criminal, and I attack them in broad daylight, causing mass property damage to the city.
You
and
show
the-
justice enough, it works. It's just like Lucomancer.
I mean, Ezekiel Rage is Donald Trumping you right now.
That is exactly what he is doing. Anyway, yeah. Then all of a sudden, like,
All right, Billy Chapel, you intercept their horse carriage, which for some
Yeah.
reason you suspect to contain Dixon, Desha, and Friction.
you can tell because Desha has to sit on top with the ship rope.
No, I got it. You can tell because when you're in black and white vision, it's the only thing with color.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Does it make sense that maybe like Billy knows that she's dead?
I mean, yes, you can see Desha
Was it-
sitting on the roof with her giant ship's rope, screaming behind the carriage in the wind.
No, he's saying, does he have some sort of sixth sense that he knows that 80 Manny died?
No. You can make a spirit roll if you want to.
Yes, I want to do that.
All right, it's difficulty 3 to know something like this.
Okay, I have 2 spirit, I think.
And by 80 Manny, I assume you mean Annabelle Forfeit, your daughter.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
There's a fairly good chance that you're going to fail this. Fail
Yeah.
it badly.
But at
So I
least
only
you're gonna
have-
try.
I have 2 spirit, and that's it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So when you roll this, you need to put a 1 in the spent column, and you can't roll spirit again.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Can I get a boost to make it work?
Yeah, let's talk about traits. Do you have any traits that you think would be useful for contacting the spirit of your dead daughter, who might not be your daughter, but is just your niece, or some girl you picked up but still call Sugar, even though she's like 25?
I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated, and that means that I've always been connected to her in one way or another.
I'll take that. Yeah, roll 3 dice.
Okay. So roll 3d6.
I will always love you.
Nope.
No? Sixes are bad?
You negate all but one of the consequences from your failure. So yeah, as you're floating through the air, desperately hoping to have some word as to what happens,
Yeah.
your metal mine gets caught on the side of a building as you're just and just rips off, just whoosh, and it's gone. You're moving 150 miles an hour, so it's super gone.
Okay.
You're lucky that your arm isn't gone, Frank.
All right. We have the ultimate Aristotle collection. Only one change has been made, but it's the most important one, of course.
No, yes.
It's Cat Ears Diedrich.
Yes. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got the nose too.
Yeah, no, the nose is cat-like. Oh, that's...
And the mouth.
Yeah, no. Aristotle is a man of exceptional detail and talent.
Cat Diedrich is totally gonna show up on Mouse Guard.
I hope so.
The villain.
Boo! I love Boo. He's a nice guy.
Literally cats and mice, bro. Literally cats and mice.
I know, but
Cats and mice living
cat.
together.
He could be the good cat. Haven't you ever read Redwall?
No.
That's what Mouse Guard is based. How can you play
Mouse
Guard?
Guard's literally based off of Mouse Guard.
Well,
There's a comic series.
I realized I
called
was
Mouse
muted. I got really bored reading Mouse Guard, or not Mouse Guard, Redwall. I tried.
I was gonna say.
well,
No,
at
no,
what
I meant
age?
Redwall.
At what
Like
age?
last year.
Well, yeah, at last year. It's a book for. It's
You know, the person
It was
who
very
wrote
frustrating. I was
Mistborn-
reading it for a book club, and I was surprised by how much I hated it. And I tried listening to the audiobook of it, and that was worse.
Listen up. You cannot use the argument that a book for children is not just as good for adults. Brandon Sanderson writes the Alcatraz series and the Arithmetist, both of which are very fine. Disney literally handcraft masterpiece PG movies that people can watch with their children and not get bored.
Also, I would like to
Especially-
posit Steven Universe. Just
Steven Universe.
Yes, but those are products of a more modern society in which the products are made for both adults and children. Redwall was written expressly for children.
Billy Chapel.
Have you heard of this little book,
Billy
The
Chapel.
Hobbit?
Billy
Yes, I have.
Chapel.
Billy
Have you
Chapel.
read The Hobbit? Because it's
Billy
bad.
It's also written for children.
Yeah, and it's bad. The Lord of the Rings is bad too. Have you ever read it? It's
Billy
garbage.
Chapel.
Read it twice.
Anyway, we're getting on a tangent.
Maybe I'm like outside of a library looking in or something.
And then you speed back over to the... Yeah,
Yeah.
you're running beside the carriage, unless, you want to do something else.
Mr. Chapel,
Yeah.
is that? I understand. You've got steel. Okay, that makes sense. My God, follow us back, or even better, go straight to the manse. My darling sister must be in danger. We were attacked out of nowhere by Adiamani's thugs. Who knows what dastardly scheme she has for the mansion?
Ayum's got the kind of character I thought she had. I can't lift a finger against her.
What do you mean the kind of character you thought she had? You came out here because you thought she was evil and you were going to hunt her down and she was on the wrong path.
Red card.
Is that what you say to me? Retcon.
Yeah, sounds like that's exactly what he says to you.
I guess.
What is that? Is that short for something? Is that short for retroactive? No, I don't even know what retcon.
Desha, what's your take on all this?
She's just kind of looking at the conversation, just shaking her head, like holding this unconscious body.
I thought it was gonna be so epic and cool, but then I got confused, and now the character doesn't make sense anymore.
We need to get back.
You let Arthur rustle your jimmies. Your jimmies are all rustled.
Mr. Beaumont is right. We were attacked. If she sent these people after us, she's probably doing something at the mansion.
That does seem nefarious.
They attacked us in broad daylight like cowards. They destroyed our car, and our car destroyed a shotgun.
They shot me. This one shot me in the face. I healed it. It's okay, though.
Okay.
Thank you, Crucifer. Getting
attacked us
she
in
sent
broad.
us a note.
Can we parse this? She attacked us in broad daylight like cowards. I never want a man to stab me in the back. I want him to stab me in the front.
She sent us a letter. She sent us a letter with perfume and contracts agreeing for an honorable showdown at a power plant, and she boondoggles us in the middle of the street. She destroys for property, and she's attacking my mansion.
One thing here, that letter didn't have any perfume on it. You were probably just smelling Fortuna.
Yep. Probably.
Just dreaming of your future
I was
waifu.
just
coming back by our house like once a month for the last 6 months.
She uses her rail
Jumping
pass.
outside the window. Anyway,
Can we make this conversation a moving one?
You are moving.
He's running alongside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe I'll zoom ahead and do the no for Annie.
You don't know she's dead yet.
No, he's saying, I've now reconvinced him that what she was doing is nefarious.
Very well.
And he's now going back to
Okay,
hell
you make
to
it back.
find ADM Annie dead.
Daisy, what are you doing now that ADM Annie has fallen like 20 feet to the ground? And definitely, if she wasn't dead already, the fall would have killed her.
I catch her.
I mean, you can't get back that fast.
Spirit roll. Oh, wait, you can't roll.
No, you literally can't be that fast.
Yeah.
It took place in like 20 seconds.
He cradles her and he's like, "Oh, I failed you just
No,
like I
before
failed
you get
all
back,
this
I want to
time."
see if Daisy throws the body like into the secret basement or anything.
Oh, okay.
Feed it to that poor terraceman we've been keeping down.
Oh my god, you're a fucking monster. Is that seriously what you're doing?
No.
Okay.
No. That is 100% not accurate at all. That's Kelsa crazy talk.
100%.
100%.
100%.
I'm gonna go change out of this bloody clothing, and I guess tell the place a call to my good friend Gustav that we something to
Gustav, we got another one.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, first off, how are you calling Gustav?
I mean, it's not really a literal call.
Okay.
It's get a servant and be like, can you go and fetch Gustav for me?
Yeah, sure. Yep. I mean, of course, when you contact him, he's gonna ask you to marry him again, for real this time.
That's probably okay.
Yes, that's fine, dear. But first, can you take care of
we've been dating this last 6 months.
Oh, good reveal.
Yeah.
Good reveal.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Is there anything in your room to indicate you've been dating? Like maybe a well-placed spear shield
Shovel?
by your bed? A shovel propped curiously somewhere? Maybe his hat on the side of your bed?
Formaldehyde, perhaps.
No, there's like instead of a bouquet of flowers, it's like a wreath, like you have at a funeral.
Yeah. When you date an undertaker, they just leave
Right.
their shovels and their grave dirt and their hunchback
it's
servant.
What? What craved beekeeper do you know? Jesus.
An undertaker that has a hunchback servant.
I didn't realize that you equated Frankenstein with the gravedigger.
Frankenstein does a lot of grave digging.
Perfect.
That's
all
not,
right, Billy Chapel. In the middle of the writing of this letter, you
good
arrive.
hunchback servant, Tux. That was a
Adian
very good-
Annie's neck is snapped sideways. She's got 2 arrows punctured through her chest. She's very clearly super duper dead.
Super duper dead.
As you arrive back, and because you move 150 miles an hour, when you stop, the wind around you keeps going and like pushes the room, and like all the tapestries get knocked off, paintings are knocked off the walls, all the stray shell casings everywhere get blown into the corners.
Okay. And he'll like grab her and start like crying and cradle her and be like, sunflowers. No, just kidding. I don't say that. That'd be funny though. Yeah,
What if that was her name? Like her name was really Sunflower, and then
yeah, but he's not gonna say sunflower down, right?
So as you reach her body and begin cradling it, the storm overhead breaks.
Oh,
It begins
shit.
raining
I thought that was
through
real.
the skylight onto you and the body of your daughter or niece.
Yeah, we're not really sure.
/ target for the last 20 years.
Yeah. And maybe I'll pick her up and walk to the door, and when they arrive, I'll be like, when they're walking towards us or something, I'll be like, this world was never meant for us, and then I'll like run off and I'll bury her at that cottage. But I think how like Billy dies is he runs so fast for so long that his heart literally shatters. Because it's broken. Yeah.
All right, so when you arrive, Dixon, there's a blood pool that's being rapidly dispersed by water entering your house. Your skylight's gone, all of your windows are broken. There's no servants around at all. Billy Chapel is not to be seen.
Well, I did say I was going.
Right, you're picking up the body and running back to your cottage in the middle of nowhere with
Well,
her.
but I did say that, like, I go up to them and I say, this world was never meant for us. I bet.
Oh, okay. You stop in front of him and you're like, this world is too beautiful for us.
Well, Adian Annie's dead, and he just fucked off to nowhere, and I don't think he's coming back like she came back. So, can somebody... God, Desha Friction, we have to start stringing up top. It's ruining the carpet.
What do we do with him?
Oh, right. Well, he did commit a crime, so we'll have to jail him.
Seems logical.
Are we going to do it ourselves?
No,
Or-
no. That's illegal. We'll take him to the actual prison and discuss how his gang of thugs attacked us in broad
You
daylight. and
literally
damaged
hear
all that
cries
property.
from in your basement like...
Yeah, see, that's illegal. But he didn't commit a crime. We can't just go arrest him. Yeah.
Obviously, when I like drop his, I just drop his body. Like, 6 feet tall, or 7 feet tall, actually. Obviously, when he attacked us, we had to defend ourselves.
Correct. And the property of all those businesses.
And when we defended ourselves, he obtained several burn wounds on his chest. I look at Friction.
I mean, Friction's looking at you like, do you want me to kill this guy? Question mark.
No.
Significant PC glance.
No, I don't want you to kill him. I want you to make him hurt.
Okay, yeah. I guess he's just lays hands on this guy and starts increasing his internal body temperature. Yeah.
If he thinks we're kids, we'll show him.
It's hot in here. No, that's not even close to how Nelly sings a song. Jesus. All right. It gets hot in here. As the water streams down from the ceiling, it hits Friction and bursts off into mist. as he just like makes incredible hand-shaped burn wounds on the guy's chest. Not suspicious at all.
Self-defense.
Friction just raises an eyebrow at you, and it seems
did
like
you not hear me?
What?
I said it. Well,
You
if
said
he's going to-
self-defense.
No. I said something when he was doing it. If he's going to call us kigs, well then we'll just show him that we're kigs.
Yeah, he's raising an eyebrow at you because this is not how you normally act. Oh,
What's a cake?
Oh, you gonna get smart with him? Friction's just like, this isn't like you, Desha. In this moment right here, you're more like Dixon than you've ever been. And he gets up and picks up Ezekiel Rage and carries him back out to the carriage. Kig is a slang term for Kolos blooded.
Yes.
It's their word, they can say it, kind of thing.
It's
I get
that
it.
word.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, which thing did I do? It's not hypocrisy, okay? This man, I acknowledge that I arrested illegally and is imprisoned in my basement. This man committed an actual crime against me, which isn't okay just because I'm a criminal. So I'm gonna go put him in real jail and not do anything about the guy I've obviously arrested. Do you understand? It's not hypocrisy, because I acknowledge the difference. Anyway, we got to streak up a top. This weather's ruining the carpet. Actually, the rain's helping get the blood out.
Billy Chapel's heart exploded just now.
So you try and run all the way back to your cabin in the middle of nowhere.
He ran himself to death.
Yeah.
Clutching Andy Manny, and they just become...
I wanted it to be like his heart broke, literally.
Yeah.
There's just two bleached white skeletons in the desert when we pick up in like a year.
I don't
Well,
think tarps are
and he-
tarps a thing.
And it sounded like he was screwing up his whole life, so he definitely screwed up this time too.
That canvas would be a thing for sure.
Okay, yeah. So I grab a large canvas and like several rocks or something, and climb up and put it over the skylight.
Sure. Is there anything else we want to do for this episode? Like maybe Daisy kills Dixon, or have I not put in enough street cred there?
I mean, you keep pushing for that. You keep pushing for it. but
Remember
I'm-
last episode, we both agreed that neither of our hallucinations would cause us to kill the other sibling.
Yeah. We
Sure, I
both
can't
agree.
get your hallucination to convince you otherwise.
I don't know, can you?
I feel like Dixon has not done anything to betray Daisy, and so she's definitely on board with his being a robber baron and killing people scheme. She's not a bad person, but she's not a nice person either. So I don't think she's gonna kill her brother. Not
Okay.
here and now.
Well,
And I can't kill her because I'd have to order Desha to do it, and Desha would never do it. So
then I think the actual end of Mistborn is.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Do you have anything else you wanted to do?
I had like 3 other things I wanted to do.
All right.
All right.
Well
the
then,
other things.
Please.
time to hog the camera then, Tux.
I didn't know we were ending. I thought we were gonna do stuff.
Oh, Aracito is like, let's do a non-canon fight just to see who would win.
Desha wins. Desha easily.
I thought we were gonna actually do a finale and finish storylines.
Story? What?
We did. You built the electrical plant and killed Adiamani.
Yeah, we're not like, we've got a bunch of things like Mr. Suits and I'm going to be the Herald and all that. That's like hanging cliffhanger stuff that we can't resolve.
You can't touch
Okay, so
There's a bunch of
mean-
stuff we can't resolve in time.
We need to know about butt touching though, so please.
Do you butt touch?
Do you go after Friction when he
Does Friction come to you in the night and say,
Nope.
I'm ready now?
Friction's
Okay.
out. Friction's out of this relationship. 100%
You
out.
lost your chance. You
What?
didn't go after
For
him.
that serious?
What? Why is he
You
out?
asked him to abuse his powers to hurt somebody else.
Okay.
You
An
did do that.
unconscious man. Yeah, he was on the edge, and then you were like, hurt him, and he is like, all right, we're going to do this then.
What? That really did it?
Yeah, he's out.
Okay. I guess asking him to hurt a racist asshole that attacked us is too much for him.
And he made
Car
no
mechanic.
indication of
Listen,
that?
I know that you guys are very different, but he's a car mechanic, not a hero.
Okay. Does he still work at the factory?
Yo, yes.
Okay. I gave him the painting I made for him in his office.
It's complicated.
Um,
Tell me what the painting is. Is it literally him nude? Like,
no, it's
Okay.
not. It's him in like a cool looking, like good suit, standing in front of the factory that he basically runs, like from like a down angle to show, because like the down angle shows like power.
yep.
And it's like him like holding like doing this with his suit, like now that he's made it, in front of the factory that he runs.
Complicated.
She leaves that there, and then
Oh god, he hangs it on the wall, and he spends like 2 hours drinking and staring at it.
and then we come back to the mansion. I guess wherever. I'm not sure if I guess I'm not sure if you guys will be together. I assume it's like a few days after or something like that. Like,
Yeah, windows are fixed.
she goes to. I guess I'm not sure if it'd be easier to say you guys are together or you guys are separate. But
We can be having drinks if you want to come to us together.
Do
If
you
you
want to talk to us together, or do you want to talk to?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
Um,
we're out on the back porch just enjoying
Having
few like
mint juleps?
lemonades. Yeah, mint juleps, that sort of thing. Like, it's so lovely that all of our problems are behind us now.
Mm-hmm.
She comes
Dasha
out.
walks up behind us.
Dasha comes out, wearing her vest ripped shirt thing with the pants, no shoes, and everything. Holding a bag, her cleavers on her back, and her art supplies are packed up, like in her other hand. And she says, "Mr. Beaumont, Miss Daisy."
Oh, Dasha, would you like to join us for a? What's this?
I'm leaving.
Is it all right? What do you mean, Dasha?
I'm going to find that Kolosh tribe that we saw a few months back and live with them.
But I thought you were happy here, Dasha.
I've been murdering people for the last 8 months.
I thought that made you happy.
Oh my god. What?
That's why I can't stay here.
What?
People aren't. If murdering and doing terrible things is how you are supposed to survive with people, I don't think I belong here. I'm good at it, but
You really are, Dasha. You're one of the best.
Dasha, you'll always be a member of the Beaumont family to me. If you ever need anything, well, first of all, take a Desha out to take a free Desha out to the obviously the middle of nowhere. You don't want to walk.
Oh, so she gets one. I see how it is, Dixon.
You own the factory, woman. We both do. Desha, if you ever need anything, I just want to let you know that, I trust you, and killing people isn't how most people get by. I hope you understand that. I mean, we have had you we have had you sworn to secrecy for a reason. I thought you were happy too, not because you were killing people, but I thought you enjoyed our company and our family and our friendship. And that came with killing people, but you never seemed to have a problem with it. Or I wouldn't have asked you to do it. And I think it's good for you to go clear your head. And I hope one day you will come back and visit. Especially if you ever need anything, like I said. I feel I owe you a great debt, Dasha.
Thank you. I do care about you, both of you. But the fact that we're standing here drinking lemonade and not dead or in jail or something, I'm not sure if that's how I want the world to work.
Dixon offers to hug you.
I think she pats you on the head and then turns to leave.
Cold, stone cold.
I think that Daisy like runs after her and like throws her arms around her in a hug anyway, like without permission, just like from the back, just like glomp.
Yeah, you get her at the knees and I'll come in with you.
I'm gonna miss you, Daisha.
I'll miss you too. I will miss both of you. Just, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. So.
Well, I hope you can find out.
If Friction comes back, tell him I'm sorry.
I found gravity.
So, anything else, Desha?
Nope. Yeah,
So-
the hug lasts for a little bit, and then
It's like that episode. It's the last episode of Cowboy Bebop where that sort of really sad song plays, and we see like Desha driving off in the sunset in her Desha, and we see like Dixon very.
No, I mean we got some montaging to do. We cut to Billy Chappell, who's died right next to the grave he just dug for his daughter. And it does one of those overhead aerial cams, just turning around, but it's focused on his eyes the whole time. We cut
Maybe
to.
it's in color instead of black and white now.
Oh, it's in color now. Yeah.
I'm not sure which Johnny Cash song is playing, but there's a Johnny Cash song playing right now.
I feel
Hurt.
like it's hurt. No, it's
Yeah.
gotta be hurt.
Yeah.
I
We're on
am
the same
fire of dirt.
We cut to Daisy going out on a date with Gustav Headstone in the town, and he's so much taller than her that he has to Abraham Lincoln over to like kiss her on the forehead while they're at that nice little saloon where the guy jumped off the second floor when Daisy didn't show up.
'Cause
The one that's also a gun
where we
club.
always go.
We cut to Emery Fortuna like opening a letter and being like, "Oh, Dixon, I'll be there right away. I know you must be hurting." And it's clear that it's not a letter from Dixon. It's like a letter from someone that she is paid to watch Dixon and send
Jesus
newspaper
Christ.
clippings of like major
Jesus
events.
Christ.
And you can see her just pull out her rail pass. And we cut to the final scene, which is Dixon opening a letter. And there's a voiceover that says, "My dear Mr. Beaumont, I've been wondering how you see the world work. Our organization is planning to remove the Lord Governor from power and bring ourselves and the common people, the industrious people, up in their place. If you wish to continue your ascent in political spheres and want to pick up quite a bit of coin in the process, ensuring your family's place in the political process for generations, please kindly write me at this safe deposit box. I have enclosed the key. And I think
so. Here's the final scene, right? I'm reading that letter, and the camera is viewing the letter and me, right? And it does the slow pan to my side so that it eventually is looking out over like my back porch where I'm reading it. And for like one split second, as it pans, right, there's just literally everybody we killed sitting there staring at me. And I
got a lot of people.
And I put down the letter, and I reach for the mint julep, and I sip it, and it cuts back to that same scene, and it's just the completely serene, beautiful western pasture blowing in the breeze with all of those hallucinations gone. And I just put the mint julep down and fade to black.
All right. Thank you for joining us for the last, but maybe not last, episode of Alloy of Law. Razor, thanks for joining us to just betray all sides available. It's really nice to see a guest.
Betray yourself. Betray us.
It's really nice to see a guest not only who won't commit, but who will continuously not commit.
Continue to not commit.
I got turned around, but I feel like it kind of suited him in the end, though, because like with that last flashback, it kind of showed that like the other flashbacks is what maybe he like viewed it life as, and then the reality was the last flashback, and he's always kind of effed up, and then he just effed up again.
Memento bullshit is what you're saying.
Perfect.
The moral of the story is to not F up.
I mean, the moral of the story is to get your story straight.
Yeah. The moral of the story is don't believe the press.
Precisely. Let's do some outros. No one started crying yet, so I know that this wasn't a very good episode since everyone's like, I'm going to cry the whole time. Let's start with number one crier, Tuxtradamus.
I did.
He's crying right now. He's literally shedding tears.
There's one right here.
Like comically reaching for the tear.
When the picture came up, there's one more. Forget when, but at least twice.
When you got rejected by your good buddy, Friction, horrified by your murderous ways.
He has murdered so many people right there with us.
He's murdered like 2 people during a gigantic fight versus Kolos.
He once superheated a bullet and killed a dude.
That were attacking a tribe of Kolos.
He tried to help us kill Sorrento.
Yeah, she knows. She doesn't like who she's become.
Oh, okay.
Morals are hard, man. I found that out in one episode.
Yeah, you found that out like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I was like,
It's always good to rediscover the truth. You know, that's what they say. Tux, who are you? Where can people find you? Assuming for some reason they ignored the last 20 episodes.
Yeah. If you aren't aware, if for some reason you randomly came into the stream and caught our final episode, all the crazy, dramatic, weird stuff that's happened, go back and watch the other stuff on AP's YouTube because it was a fantastic trip. The first half with Ashfallen in the older Mistborn set, and then this stuff with Alloy of Law. Yeah, I've teared up for a reason because it was just an amazing show to be a part of. The lore of the world itself is just so cool, and then we did a lot of really fun stuff with it. The game itself is made to be extremely character driven, so we did a lot of stuff with these characters and a lot of really intense things. I've said it before, like Valette and Desha are definitely 2 of like my favorite characters that I've played, and stuff. Just we've done so much stuff with them. It's like, holy crap. I feel really connected to them. But it kind of fits with games like this where you literally design the character around what they believe and stuff that they want to accomplish and the terrible things that have happened to them and how they grow and everything. So, yeah. So for the last time at least on Mistborn, thank you, Arthur, so much for all that you've done with this. Kelsa and Wreckage, you guys have been amazing to play with. SciFri is not here.
He's on Eric's show, who will be hosting shortly afterwards. So if you want to see SciFri,
yeah, he'll be on Eric's stream.
You'll be seeing him soon.
And of course, Virgil, who we started out with. It was so cool to play with them and all of you. Fraser, thank you for joining, and all of our other guests at Alloy of Law. They've all been really, really fun to play around with and do random stuff with. I'm Tuxtradamus. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at Tuxtradamus. I do game stuff like this. I'm here a decent amount. I'm in Winter's Edge. I will be doing some Shadowrun soonish.
Ooh.
Next week, in fact,
with AP. And
Shadowrun Honolulu, because
Shadowrun Honolulu. We're gonna be in Hawaii.
It's gonna be
awesome.
Amazing.
Oh my god, is it going to be all Magnum PI references?
Yeah, I know everyone else is probably going to say it too, but seriously, like this show has brought out, like, we met Aerocyto through this show.
Yeah.
And that has been such an amazing thing. Like I've given this man hundreds of dollars over the months.
Yeah, I'm in that same category.
I just joined the giving him any money. I'm so poor, but I still give him money because he's so amazing.
But like we've had other art. I know we don't talk about it as much just because we get so much from Arrow, but like we've gotten other arts from the stream too. But yeah, so much awesome stuff has come from this stream, and there's another one. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I've just been rambling about loving this game so much. So thank you all once again for playing along with us.
Kelso, teach him how to say goodbye.
Damn it. Can we get that joke done like 6 more times before we're over?
Of course.
We have to. I really have been loving this game. To be honest, I had not actually read Mistborn until just before this show started. And I had read some other Brandon Sanderson stuff, and AP wanted to bitch slap me because I started with the
Stormlight Archives.
Stormlight Archives, and apparently that was wrong.
Literally every other book leads to the Stormlight Archives.
It's okay. It was okay. It was still really good.
It was really good. I mean, for sure.
Reading Mistborn was amazing, and being able to participate in like Ashfallen and play just a horrendous evil bitch who was very uppity, and bitch slapped one of my favorite scenes of all time, honestly, like ever role playing, and I've been role playing for a very long time. And so thank you very much for that, Tux, by the way. I really have enjoyed playing with all of you, and AP, I thank you so much for this opportunity, because this has been honestly the most fun I've had playing games, streaming games, just hanging out. I always look forward to Mistborn every week. So I think I'm with Dr. Wreckage, and next week on Friday, when me and Tux are sitting down to a beer, we're gonna together at TwitchCon. We're gonna shed some tears for
literally just saying One Last Time from Alexander Hamilton's soundtrack.
Pour one out for Mistborn.
Let's do it. We're gonna karaoke One Last Time.
You know how in Avengers they say that New York City is a character? Mistborn is in fact an actual person now. It's taken on its own character.
Oh man, and I know that Tux has already gushed about Aristo's art and all the other art that we've gotten. Like the very first time when we got any fan art for Ashfallen, like that was just really amazing, like really incredibly touching. And to have someone like care about the characters that I'm making enough to want to bring them fuller to life, that I don't it just it's part of what makes this show really amazing, and as well as the dynamic between all of us, and as well as like this system being, once we finally figured it out, being fantastic for doing these multiple one shots where we had a guest, because we we make a plan and we follow through and you just go through the steps and it works every time. And the fact that we didn't do that this time made it a little bit more chaotic, but also like that also meant like we didn't know what was going to happen, so it could go weird places, which was fantastic too. So I think I've gushed enough. Yeah.
Where can they find you on the internet?
Oh shoot! Yeah, normally I spend this much time just talking about all the shit that I do, and who cares? Because I mean, it's not.
I mean, there it is. There's that first piece Aeroside did. He just linked it to me again.
Oh my
gosh. Colored eyes, right there. Just
so good.
Sneaks out and grabs you.
Oh man, just so amazing. Yeah. If you want to see more stuff, I'm on a lot of other role-playing games. I love them all, but none as much as this. Follow me on Twitter at Kelsa, or here on Twitch, twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. And you can find me in all of the other stuff that I do. And I'm going to be at TwitchCon next week, which I'm also really looking forward to. So it's hard to say goodbye. What did I say?
Speaking of someone who's having a lot of trouble saying goodbye, let's talk to Fraser. I know you thought I was going to go for Wreckage, but
Psych. It's just some guy. My name's Fraser, and I really enjoyed this immensely, even though I sort of botched the character a little bit. But
no, it made it so much better.
No, it worked, man.
It worked because you continually just kept. I felt like we were playing a game of like flashback tag, where we could see if we could go further back in the narrative, and you just kept. It's. Oh God, you were so fast. You literally missed every important moment in the show. You were just transiting someplace else.
Yep. I mean, I love the character, and I like the ending for him. That's awesome. And yeah, this seems like a great show. It kind of makes me want to clear my Fridays. So yeah, if you want to find me, I'm at Fraser Simons, and I make other games that are more like Shadowrun but different.
True. True. That's a good explanation. All right, Wreckage. It's time for you to explain why it was such a travesty to cancel the show.
I want to talk about a man named Arthur Perkins.
Oh my God. I'm just going to go ahead and take a nap right now.
Yeah.
He destroyed my life.
Every amazing moment in this show is a direct offshot of Arthur doing some of the best GMing that I've ever seen, and the amount of yes and the amount of yes and or no but, the amount of how much I think it really helped that you know and love the setting, because it was just so I have never felt like I had more of a playground with storytelling. And with Tux and Kelsa and SciFri and Virgil when they were regulars, the chemistry has been perfect from start to finish. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Arthur, for facilitating that, for making it a place where it could happen. I know I gave you a lot of flack for ending the show, but that's because of how much I love it, of how much I love this experience. I come from a long history of playing tabletop role-playing games and a very recent history of turning them into television on Twitch. If I told you what all of my favorite experiences were in tabletop role-playing, most of them come from before I was doing television, because the television wasn't like making it a show has oftentimes hampered the experience that I would have otherwise had. You know, maybe it's just because it's constrained to 4 hours instead of some 10-hour session or whatever. But Mistborn has simultaneously been, I think, the best show and one of the better role-playing experiences I've ever had. Everyone has taken time to thank Aracito, but I want to thank him too, because he gave life to those characters that we can't do just by being expressive and on brand. And Luckomancers. I've said it every time he's done a picture. Aracito has a particular talent for capturing evocative, emotive, expressive characterization. Those pictures in that lineup look alive. You can tell who and what they are like just by looking at them. And it's been a quintessential and crucial part of an experience that if any one of the pieces was different, if Arthur wasn't the GM he was, if Kelsa wasn't the player she was, if Tux wasn't the player he is, if I wasn't me, if Virgil wasn't him, if SciFri wasn't him, if our guests weren't them, this would not have been the absolutely profound accomplishment that I think it is. And if I ever win the lottery, I will commission an anime based on Alloy of Law. If you would like to help me become rich enough to do this, you can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Wreckage and support the things that I do.
Sounds like you need some real life Lecomancy. Is that everything you got?
Yes, thank you. Thank you all so much. And you, Arthur Perkins.
I can't do anything but echo the thanks that everyone else has given to all of the players, both the permanent cast and the guests that have come on every single week, making the show awesome. And it's hard to find quality guests who are willing to put up with our shenanigans and shoot people in the head. Not everyone can be Peachy Pixels, who like 24 hours before the show, Wreckage just like, listen, we need somebody to shoot people in the head. I'm gonna call Peachy Pixels real quick. And he's just like, all right, I want to play a guy who's like got a rifle and he shoots people in the head.
Perfect.
That's your impression of Peachy Pixels.
Yeah. Spot on. I know. Peachy Pixelate, everybody. I want to thank Aracito, but also all the other artists. We hear a lot about Aracito because he is a very fast artist and a very quality artist. But there was more art for Mistborn. I always put it in the show. I always included it in the thing. Very early on, we got a very nice piece of art for Ashfallen that was like a cover sequence of all the characters done in watercolors. And I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
Was that the first piece of art that we got?
Yep, it was the first piece of art we got. Someone,
that's the one that
I was like, whoa, hey, somebody just made me some art. Now, like, God, how long has this show been going on? Like, since Aracito and Cottontailed and Radisaurus and Riga and all of our other artists have just started making non-stop art every single day. I'm up to several hundred pieces of art now in my fan art folder, and if you watch the Be Right Back screen, they just rotate through it. Yep. I need to thank the audience because they've stuck with us. I know the first episode is very highly watched, and some of the rest aren't. You know, it's hard to go from like I think we're almost at 4,000 views on the first episode. But yeah, people have stuck with us down the road, and you know, it's not easy having 4 people show up regularly for 21 weeks in a row to do broadcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So the audience has been here for us. So thank you. Whether you watch on Twitch or whether you watch on YouTube, I'm just glad that you watched and enjoyed it. Unless for some reason you literally started the video at this exact moment and have never seen anything else, in which case I can do nothing for you.
Except tell you to go back and watch it.
Except tell you to go back to the first episode.
Jumped in right now to that exact statement.
It could happen. I don't. Oh man,
it is technically yes, someone just did it. Someone just did it.
Well, I mean, if
Tux is literally like, I'm looking at you.
If someone just tuned in for all the thanks, I think it would make them all want to go start at the beginning and watch it all at least.
Yeah, of course.
I would hope so.
Yes. When I first read Mistborn, I learned that there was a... Thank you, Boney Wakanobi. Perfect. Welcome to the way time works on a stream.
Yeah, welcome to the extremely emotional finale episode of the
No
thing
emotions here. As a sociopath, I don't actually feel emotions. I just pretend that I have them. After I read Mistborn, the first 3 books, I thought, wow, it'd be really nice if there was a role-playing game of this. And Crafty Games is like, but wait, Arthur, there is a role-playing game of this. And I was like, holy shit. What the you literally just released it. Cool. It's mine. And I couldn't find anybody to play it. For years, I could find no one to play it. And when I became a streaming GM, I was like, one day, I'm gonna fucking play this game. And I got a bunch of friends together, and they bailed on me at the last second. And I was like, well, nope. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. And I started rocking in my chair. And like a year and a half into my stream, I was like, I think this is the perfect moment. I've got these people. You know, I've got SciFri, I've got Kelsa, I've got Tux, I've got Virgil. These are people that have said or have read Mistborn and are willing to commit hard to this schedule. And it happened. Like, we made the show, and, you know, Crafty Games was like, hey guys, we saw you're doing this. Would you like some help? And I was like, yes. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Alloy of Law Supplement 2 will be out at some point. It's going to include airships. It's going to include more advanced stuff about the world. It's going to include telephones and films. Yes. Mistborn marches on. And if you're a Mistborn book reader, at some point they're going to enter the early 1920s age, and then they're going to reach space. Yes. So Mistborn continues into the future. At some point, Hoyd will come back to the world. It gets weird. Listen, this guy, just Hoyd. He's literally in every single book. He's a main character in Stormlight Archives, but you have no idea what he's about unless you've read every other. Anyway, listen, Brandon Sanderson writes some great stuff. Consider go checking it out. And again, thank you, everyone involved with this project, for sticking around and watching us get to this epic conclusion where an old man dies tripping over a ditch. That's how we end stories, ladies and gentlemen. He dies of heartbreak while Dixon reads a letter.
Hey, that letter reading scene was fucking great.
I know it was. I mean, when you hear that that's how a show ends, you know that is a quality show, because otherwise how would that have ever gotten broadcast? Yeah. I think that's it. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Although, again, if you're somehow here and haven't done that already, I've got no words. Keep an eye out for feature campaigns coming by on this channel. mathsquad will be taking this spot once we can find a 4th member. Let me tell you about finding a 4th person to do a show for the 2nd time tonight. It's really hard. Really hard. You can always get 3. Can always get 3. That's not the problem.
Look, I found the perfect player. It's not my fault that she has to move across the country.
I know. Nobody's fault.
Seems like somebody wants to.
For children, Wreckage. We'll talk. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
I am capable of filtering my horrifics.
The thing is, I promised Ratosaurus 1 slip up and we're done. It's literally like playing permadeath broadcast.
Mhm.
Anyone curses at all and we're done. Show's over. So we're playing on hard mode.
Yep.
I can fucking do this.
Oh,
Already lost.
Darn.
Haven't even started it yet and we're done.
No, see, the secret tech is to just decide on a word that is a curse word instead, like, oh, mouse.
Oh, we got to do like that new Kristen Bell show where we're just like, what the bullshit?
Oh man, I feel like I would accidentally, like, while modifying one swear word, say another thing that is actually a swear word, but like accidentally, like. Anyway,
when I'm on podcasts, I always say "son of a nutcracker."
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
gall blast and sarnet.
My lady always says, "Gosh, fuck it."
If you really like watching Kelsa and Tux, oh wait, Kelsa isn't in that game. I wanted her to be in that
Kelsa
game.
and Tux
though.
are never going to be in a game ever again.
I mean, they will. It's possible.
They're in competing Thursday slots. They're in
That's
competing
true.
Sunday slot. It'll never happen.
For the next 3 Thursdays, you can catch Tux and myself and some other cool people playing Shadowrun in Hawaii, where we check out the Kingdom of Hawaii, which no longer belongs to the United States, and are instead cool surfer bros.
Magnum PI. Oh man, I love that show.
Hawaii 5-0.
Which way is the beach in the future?
The beach is in every direction.
Yeah, that's the best part.
It's literally a bunch of islands that aren't really that big.
Yeah, but the North Shore doesn't have the swells that the East Shore does, man.
This is the cyber future, man. You can
all
literally
the shores have all the swells.
You can literally
You can generate
magic
the
up a
wave.
swell. You can just summon a spirit of the wave.
All right, this is the magic
I
future.
totally
Also,
feel like there's definitely
Magic
some
cyber future.
shaman. Like literally, that's all they do is like
after Vietnam War II, I took
away.
In the toxic ashes
Oh
of
my
Vietnam
God.
War II.
A surf shaman. Just summon spirits of water to make awesome swells.
Wow, we're
Yeah.
Why did none
so
of us make that character?
we're so far out. We're so far out.
good night, everybody.
We have Winter's Edge, Saturday night with Tuxtradamus and myself. That's it. I mean, I can keep listing show names, but in like a year, all these shows will have been canceled, so it won't be relevant anymore. And you watching the YouTube pod right now will understand time is a thing that keeps going in one direction.
All sand mandalas, right? Like everything we do is dust in the wind, except for the never-ending
like
archive.
us, just check out all of our Twitters.
Yeah,
and
you
you'll
should
still-
definitely
you'll
subscribe
find
to
out
everyone's
what
show.
we're
We'll still be doing
doing.
stuff. Unless the world ends, then
Right.
we had fun.
Well, there
it
is an
lasted.
election coming up.
Wow. That really how we're going to end? I guess that's it. Perfect.
I wasn't gonna cry, but now, damn.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, have a good night. You're the last person I'm going to thank forever.
Thank you.